Hola, culés. And just like that, it's a season wrap. I'm a little sad. Today is Barcelona's last game, and we're not going to be able to see this team for 2 months. That is 60 days at least, ladies and gentlemen. That is way too much time. But Barcelona beats Atletico Bilbao or Athletic Club 3-0. And to be quite honest with you, the game started off perfectly for Lewandowski, who was trying to make a late comeback for the Pichichi and scoring two early goals within like 5 minutes. He scores two goals, and everyone thought like Lewandowski was about to go on a run here for the Pichichi and score maybe 4 to 5 goals in this game. Unfortunately, that was not the case, as Mbappe is ultimately the Pichichi of La Liga. But that doesn't take anything away from Lewandowski, who scored his 100th and his 101 goals in 3 full seasons. That's less than 150 appearances, which is actually 147, and he joined Barcelona in his mid 30s. That is absolutely insane. You can say whatever you want about Lewandowski, you can say whatever you want, but the truth to the matter is Lewandowski is sensational. What Lewandowski has done for Barcelona after joining a team and actually leaving Bayern Munich, who at the time was a better team than Barca, man, that holds a lot of respect in my books. And what Barcelona and Lewandowski were able to do in this season were just incredible. Because Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen, they have scored over 100 La Liga goals. This has not happened since 2015 MSN, the Messi, Neymar, Suarez. We have not scored over 100 goals in a season. In Barcelona, this team is special. And we were able to do that in this 2025 with Hansi Flick. What Hansi Flick has done in Bilbao, give them credit. They gave Barcelona the guard of honor, and Barcelona walked, and then Barcelona paid, respects to Athletic Club as well. They were saying goodbye to one of their old-time players, and everybody was trying to shake hands with Nico Williams, and it's just incredible that Barcelona is not going after this kid. Nico Williams is a stud, and you can see him. And two things I can notice from this game was how Lewandowski could score at least 4 or 5 goals tonight. And not to name names, but even after all I said about Lewandowski and everything, when he begins the game in the span of 5 minutes scoring two goals, I'm like, maybe we're underrating and we were trashing Lewandowski too much. Maybe he still got more to give this Barca team, and then he goes on and misses like two sitters and misses another great chance that he easily could have 5 goals tonight. And then that begs the question: would a player like Jokeres come into this team and score 4 goals tonight? That's the one thing you ended up asking myself in this game, and I thought that that was the case. Olmo gets a late, penalty. There was no point for Lewandowski to take it. I thought that was a good thing that Olmo took that late penalty that makes it 3-0. And guys, let's talk about the game. At the end of this video, I'm also going to be talking about a few news that came out that just broke. Apparently, John Garcia has given the green light to join Barcelona, but there's a couple of reports saying that Barcelona is looking into if he can agree on going on a loan to Valencia, which doesn't make any freaking sense. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts on that. But first, I want to wrap up this season by going over the lineup. So Hansi Flick will start off the game with Iñaki Peña, with Araujo, with Eddie Garcia, Cubarsi, and Balde in the back, with Pedri Gonzalez, with Gavi in the pivots, with the number 10 is being Fermin Lopez, Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski. Let's start off with Lewandowski. I kind of touched on his numbers. I thought he had a great game tonight. Best player of the game. Scored an amazing chip against Unai Simon. Incredible way to finish that play by Lewandowski. I honestly didn't think he would do that, but it worked to perfection. And then the second goal, kind of a rebound from a corner kick, and of course he gets that header, but he doesn't get the header against Inter Milan, which is I can't help but to think of those moments that could have gone and switched this game around for us, and we would be playing on Saturday against PSG. Anyway, so I thought that Fermin Lopez for this game was a great option to start. He played incredibly well. He gave an assist, but he was very active tonight. 7.8. I actually agree with this score. A 7.8 is very, very good for Fermin Lopez. I thought he played very good on all cylinders. He was uh, trying to attack the space. He was sending through balls to Raphinha. Also, Raphinha had a pretty good game. 7.0. I thought, it's been kind of a thing with Raphinha lately. He's trying to take early shots. He's trying to take a lot of chances where he's going just too soon and trying to take too soon when he could pass. And when he could pass, he shoots. And then when he should shoot, he'll pass, and when he should pass, he'll shoot. So, not the best decision making by Rafinha in this last couple of months is kind of what's taking him away from ultimately winning that Ballon d'Or. Lamine Yamal had a pretty off game, I thought. In a few chances where he tried to score and he couldn't find his shot. He couldn't find his rhythm. I don't think he had the best one-on-ones tonight. I don't know if it's because it's the last game. I thought he had a couple of chances where he could have scored or sending a diagonal pass or giving an assist, and he chose to just take the more individual route and just didn't do as good of a job as he should have. When it comes to Gavi, I think Gavi had a very solid game. He had a lot of duels won. He had a lot of passes connected. Him and Pedri were very, very well. I thought for him playing a pivot was just perfect. We didn't even need to bring in Frankie de Jong, to be honest, because he was controlling the midfield with Pedri Gonzalez just fine. And Pedri's game is like have a good game, have a good game, have a good game, have a good game, have a good game. All his games are just incredible. And then Eddie Garcia, again, really solid. We don't need to risk Kunde coming in. Eddie Garcia will deliver every single time. This is why we don't need to go after any um just any right back, in my opinion, because we have Eddie Garcia, and not only that, but we can plug him in other areas and give some rest to Pedri, give some rest to De Jong, and things like of that nature. Kubarsi and Araujo, the combo was okay. Araujo with the six coming in with the 6.9. I thought that Araujo had a pretty solid game actually. I would give him a probably like a 6.5. Um, Games like this and having Araujo is so valuable down the stretch of games and down the stretch of seasons. And I'm going to be making a video. I'm going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, I'm going live at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and that would be 8 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, please join me. We're going to be talking about every single player for the year. And I'm actually changing my mind on Araujo. I think Araujo, the more I think about it, the more he helped us win the treble, domestic treble. In those games, he came in clutch time in Atletico Madrid, and games were like today, like he played really solid all game, really quiet. Of course, when he makes a mistake, everything gets noted like significantly, right? Any mistake that he makes is just overrated, in my opinion. I think we overstate all his mistakes. And Kubarsi, I thought he had a really good game. I would say same as Araujo, 7.5. I disagree with the 6.9 ratings here. Balde had a very, very solid game. And Balde's game today was incredible. He was the last man on two out of three key offside positions. And the way he has adapted to the Hansi Flick highline, is nobody's talking about that. And I think that's very important that Balde has the high line very, very mastered. And Iñaki Peña with the 7.5, the only few chances where he could do something, he was there. And honestly, it begs the question, did we dog Iñaki Peña? Is Iñaki Peña better than we think? I do think so. I do think that Iñaki Peña has, coming in crunch time, and I've seen him make incredible saves. Today he makes a great save out of a header on a corner kick, and after the deflection, the ball hits the post. That could have went in easily, and I think Ter Stegen doesn't make that save. So I do think Iñaki Peña is very underrated. I'm just gonna be honest and say that if Chesney leaves the club, I wish we can keep Iñaki Peña and have John Garcia to start games. That's just what I would do. I would get rid of Ter Stegen, and I would sign John Garcia. And if Chesney leaves, I would keep Iñaki Peña as the number two goalkeeper, and I would guarantee him to stay. I would guarantee him to play in the Copa del Rey. But guys, you guys let me know what you think. As far as the substitutions, let's talk about it briefly, okay? So Dani Olmo came in with a 8.0, pretty solid game for coming in the 64th minute, and also Christensen came in. Um, I thought he played pretty good. Also, Gerard Martin, Frankie de Jong, and Paul Victor. Frankie de Jong coming in the 81st minute. I don't think he needed to come in at that point. Paul Victor as well. I thought overall we had a really great, solid team win. I mean, it was a clean sheet against a great team, 3-0 against Bilbao. They had an incredible atmosphere. In the stadium was going nuts in the beginning. So I think that this was a great win. Great win by Barca, great win by the team. You guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm a little sad that we are basically saying goodbye to a 2024-2025 season. But I think the future is bright for this team. It's gonna really suck not being able to watch this team for 60 days. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with myself. I know I'm gonna be uploading content. That I know for sure. But guys, let me know your thoughts. Please support the channel, like, subscribe, and comment all your thoughts. This is a goodbye to the season, but I'm not saying goodbye to the content. And guys, if you guys want, I'm gonna be live tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys want to grade all the players, we're going to be talking one by one, the entire squad, including Hansi Flick. So, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.